Hi everyone, so back with part 2 of week 39, and I got confused in the last one. I thought we travelled the next week, but we did actually go to Switzerland this week. So we left on the Friday. So this part of the layout is pretty much about us going to Switzerland. Sort of, because we flew into Switzerland and then the next day we pretty much went to France. So it was a bit of a whirlwind trip. We got to do so many things and we had 2 big day trips, and we was only there for 3 full days. So yeah, it was a really good trip, but we did loads of stuff. So I'm going to use this part of the layout to be my sort of travelling and France section, and then week 40 is when we actually were in Switzerland, and week 40 is a travel week because we obviously were in Switzerland, we came home, and then Joe went to Germany for the stag do, so it was a big travel week that week. So I'm happy to use this collection obviously to carry on from my part 1. So yeah, the first 2 photos, they're actually a picture of Joe and I at a lounge. One of our wedding presents from a family member was a lounge. They did offer to pay for one for Japan, but we actually got it included in our upgrade that we did with British Airways, so we didn't actually need it, but they offered to do it for Switzerland, and I thought, well, why not? We actually have a later flight, so we could take advantage of it and have lunch and things there. So that's what we did. So that's a picture of us enjoying our drinks, and obviously we sent that picture to the family member that bought it for us to say thanks. So I'm just going to use that cute little lion sticker. I'm just obviously trying to use up stickers. Sometimes you can overthink it and you end up using absolutely nothing, but if you keep doing that you won't use anything. So it's just to embrace everything really, and just use the stickers rather than sort of holding back. I tend to do that. I tend to think, there might be a better opportunity to use that sticker, so I won't use it yet, and then I do eventually forget about it, and when it comes to that project that I thought I was saving it for, I don't use it. So I'm just using the stickers now. So yeah, and then the picture of the plane, that's us actually landing into Switzerland. So we flew into Geneva and we flew with EasyJet. Obviously a full travel album will be coming. I will be doing an insert into my France album as well for our day in Annecy. It's either Annecy, or Annecy. Because I don't know how everyone said it different ways. I think it's Annecy, the way that the woman doing the announcements on the train said it, so we'll go with that. But so we did go there, and I will do an insert in a travel album for that. But obviously a full travel album will be coming for Switzerland as well, for the couple of days that we was in Geneva, and we did go to a really cool place called Glacier 3000 as well. So I'm going to use the 6x4 cut apart that says have a great birthday, because we don't intend this, but we do tend to travel around Joe's birthday because we always like to go away in September, so it's either the week before or the week after or something like that. So we always seem to travel, so it matches quite nice, the fact that he gets to go away for his birthday. I'm going to use that You Are So Awesome card and Oh Happy Days card because they were quite generic. They weren't all about birthdays, so I thought they matched quite nicely. And the 2 photos that are going to go down in the middle section, a picture of Joe and I in Annecy, as well as a picture of me with the famous island in the middle of the canals. So it is an absolutely stunning place. I had heard of it, I'd seen pictures of it, but I didn't realise it was so easily accessible from Geneva, and that's why we went. There was a direct train from there, and we actually had passes, so we could go there for free, which was really good. And I just thought it would be something different. I don't think I'd go just to see this town, because it was quite small, and obviously once you've done it, you've done it. But the fact that we could go as a day trip from Switzerland was really, really handy. So that's what we did. And yeah, we got some nice photos. The weather wasn't 100%. You can see it's quite cloudy, but I feel like that's the situation with Switzerland and that part of Europe, with the Alps and stuff. It's just always a bit cloudy and a bit sort of overcast. But it wasn't cold. We had a little bit of rain. We had the best weather for the Glacier 3000, which you'll see in the next in week 40. And we were very lucky with that because there was quite a few storms around, and because we're going up to peaks basically, it actually closed a couple of days that we were there, so we were very lucky with that. But yeah, so this was probably our worst day of weather, and it wasn't that bad, to be fair. It still looks absolutely lovely, and yeah, I really enjoyed wandering around the little streets. I think we got into Annecy about 9:30, and we had a wander around. It did get a little bit busier as the day went on. There was a lot of coach trips and things, people obviously on cruises and just day trips in general, like people that do road trips and stuff. They were just absolutely full of coaches and stuff. So it was nice that we got there a little bit early to sort of take advantage of the quieter streets. They also had like a little market on, which was really nice, with all that vintage stuff. So we got to have a look around that. So yeah, we just enjoyed sightseeing. I said this was our first holiday together since April, so it was just nice to be back on holiday and collecting things and being abroad and stuff like that. So we really, really enjoyed it. We hadn't obviously experienced Switzerland properly yet because we'd been in France, but we did obviously eat when we got back, and we did notice how much more expensive it was in Switzerland. I'll talk about it a bit more obviously when in week 40, but yeah, we went over budget basically. I was trying to be a bit stingy, I think, with how much money I put aside for the trip, but we did go over. The main reason why we did go over was because the tickets to the Glacier 3000 were very expensive, and I didn't know if we were going to do that or not, so I just sort of didn't really put money aside. So that was probably what cost us, but it was worth it, definitely worth the cost, and I'd recommend it to anyone. It's a little bit of a trek to get there, but it was amazing. So yeah, so those are those photos, and then the photo that's going to go down the bottom is a picture of my ice cream. So even though it wasn't really the weather for ice cream, I really wanted to go to this place that looked amazing for ice cream. And I thought, well, you know, the lines were short because obviously, as I said, it wasn't it wasn't sunshine. But we had some really nice ice cream. I had mint choc chip and Ferrero Rocher maybe, I think, or was it just vanilla? No, I think it was just vanilla, and it was just so good. It was really, really good. So I'm going to use that with the card that says eat cake, which I'm well aware is not cake, but it's very similar. So yeah, just whilst you're away, sometimes you just have to eat things, just even if the weather's not great, it just, otherwise you're going to miss out sort of thing. And it was really, really good. I was cold though after I ate that, so we did a bit more walking to warm up a little bit. So those are going to go in that bottom one. And then I think I use another cut apart to go in the other 6x4. But I'm just trying to find some other little stickers that I can stick around. There's loads of little stars on this sticker sheet, which is really nice, which is quite good when there's nothing that's quite right for you. But there was little cupcakes and stuff like that and little presents and things that I could use across the layout. So that was good. And yeah, I just really enjoyed using a different collection, to be honest. And sometimes it's really easy just to go into your comfort zone and just pick something that you know is going to look right and they're all going to fit and it's all going to, gel together. But actually using the other collections and stuff, it really sort of inspires me to dig further into my collections and use more different ones and just be a bit more adventurous with it. So that was my theme for this year, was to try and use up collections and also use ones that I haven't thought about using. So I'm really enjoying this, and yeah, I'm going to use that one, which is slightly smaller than 6x4, but it fits in perfectly with some paper. So hope you've enjoyed this part, and I'll be back shortly. Bye.